An access code consists of 3 digits. Each digit can be any number from 0 through 9, and each digit can be repeated. Part A, find the number of possible access codes. For this part, we're going to use the fundamental counting principle. The fundamental counting principle states that if one event can occur in m ways and a second event can occur in n ways, then the number of ways the two events can occur in sequence is m times n. And this rule can be extended to any number of events occurring in sequence. In this problem, we have 3 digits. Each digit can be 0 through 9. So that's a total of 10 options for each digit. So using the fundamental counting principle, we would find 10 times 10 times 10, which is equal to 1,000. So the number of possible access codes is 1,000. We're going to use this in Part B and Part C. Let's look at Part B. What is the probability of randomly selecting the correct access code on the first try? For this problem, we're going to use classical probability. Classical probability is equal to the number of outcomes in event E. In this case, our event is selecting the correct access code on the first try, over the number of outcomes in the sample space. So the number of outcomes in event E, meaning that we select the correct access code on the first try, is equal to 1. And why is that? Because there's only one correct access code. Now the number of outcomes in the sample space is what we just found from Part A, or 1,000. The last thing we need to do is change this to a decimal. This is equal to 0.001. Now let's move on to Part C. What is the probability of not selecting the correct access code on the first try? For this, we're going to use the complement. When I'm dealing with probability, the probability of an entire sample space is always going to equal up to 1. So if I know the probability that something is going to happen, the probability of that not happening is simply 1 minus the probability of it actually happening. So I just calculated the probability of selecting the correct access code on the first try. From Part B, that was 0.001. So the complement would therefore be not selecting the correct access code on the first try, and 1 minus 0.001 is 0.999. So the probability of not selecting the correct access code on the first try is 0.999.